Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Lilo N Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer and today's Monday. And on Monday we call it Monday Makes. We're showing what we've made in the past 7 days, give or take. We give a life update. We talk about what we've been doing in the past 7 days. We give a health update. We just all around, let's catch up on Mondays, right? Maybe we should call it Catch Up Mondays. But I don't really like ketchup. Ketchup is gross. Loved ketchup growing up. As an adult, don't like ketchup. It's too sweet. Anyway, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I've not finished anything this week. I've made progress on 2 projects that I started a project, and I will show you that. And I made progress on the sock that I'm working on. But I did a little bit of math and I realized that an inch of my sock is about 600 stitches. So that's a lot of stitches. Takes me a while to knit 600 or crochet 600 stitches. And because the yarn is so skinny, it's just an inch. About that much. So we've made progress, but I really was trying to put off making this video until I had one of the projects done because I feel guilty. I feel like I didn't do enough. This is a Jen problem. I'm working on it. I feel guilty that I didn't finish anything, that I feel like I should have finished something, but also I am trying to remember to give myself grace in the fact that there is so much going on this week, which we will absolutely talk about in this video. So let's start off with with kind of what's been going on outside of crochet. We'll start with that. We'll move into the crochet and then we'll move on to whatever else we talk about. So this week, you guys know, we are planning by the end of this week right now. So forward, putting our house up on the market for sale, officially list it. We met with a realtor a couple weeks ago. She is fantastic. I really like her. Her personality is very similar to mine in the fact that she doesn't really have a filter, and sometimes she will say stuff without thinking. I kind of like her. She's not, I'm going to cuss right now, so cover little ears, okay? I'm not a bullshitter. I don't blow smoke up anybody's rear end. I don't sugarcoat things. I'm not a Candyman. I shoot straight from the hip, you know. I'm like, hey, this is how I feel about it. This is the truth of the matter. This is whatever. She's kind of like that. She's also a realtor, so she's trying to sell houses. But we met up with her. We gave her a list of things we were trying to fix up on the house. And we have been busting our butts for weeks now. And the only reason we've been able to get all of this done is because of the government shutdown. My husband's been out of work for about a month now. That means he's not getting paid. That means he's not leaving the house to work. That means there's a lot. Those things are stressful. But it has also been a blessing because we've always worked really well together. We used to actually work together back in the early days before Juju came around. And so a lot of it is we're tag teaming stuff, working as a team, but working separate as a team, which works really well for us. We're both independent workers, but also like we've been together so long, it's easy to say, can you do X, Y, and Z, or can you come help me with this, or can you take a break and do this, or whatever. So we've been busted butt. Cleaning, packing, taking stuff to storage. We refreshed our bathroom so much that it looks amazing in our master bathroom. Like it's like a different room. It's so beautiful. He sanded and repainted the cabinets in our upstairs bathroom, and they were like this pine color, like really washed out pine, and now they're like whitewashed. They look so good. We put new handles. I love the way the bathroom looks. And then trying to think, we're working on the kitchen cabinets right now. We're doing the same thing in the kitchen to brighten the kitchen, to make it feel lighter, but also the cabinets have been used a lot. Like the kitchen is the heart of the home. And so the kitchen cabinets need a refresh. So we're working on that, as a matter of fact, this weekend. He's doing most of that work because that's not my area of expertise. And this past week we had painters come in and paint the main living areas. So this foyer, which goes all the way up to the second floor, is open. All the doors and the trims got painted. And then I picked a beautiful color called Shark for the wall up here. You see this? It's like a very, very light grayish. So it's gray beige. It's warmer than a typical gray, but it's still very cool toned. It's beautiful, and it makes the house look so much more modern, lighter, airier. It just feels fantastic in the living space. So we had this hallway with all the trim, the living area, the foyer all the way up. We have a shelf above this door that just got fresh paint. It's beautiful. The stairwell going up, and then the upstairs area where all the bedroom doors face, all got fresh paint. It looks so good. It looks so good. We also had a cleaning crew come in and clean the house top to bottom. They cleaned things I used to be a cleaner. I used to be an office cleaner. I never did homes. They cleaned stuff I wouldn't have thought to clean. And we came home and the whole house smelled like cleaner, and I was like, oh, but not like strong. It wasn't real bleachy. Like, it just smelled really clean in the house. And I was like, my God, they were here for 6 hours. The kids were like, they made my bed. They made little rosettes on the toilet paper. I've never hired anybody to clean anything for me. Never. I've always just done the grunt work. And it was an amazing experience for me. It was not cheap. It was a couple $100. They were not unreasonable for 6 hours worth of work. And as beautiful as my house looked when they were done, I was like, we were gone all day. We were looking at houses. I do talk in detail about the house hunt in the Ride or Die members video. We found a house that I am so in love with that I actually cried thinking about it, because I pictured cooking Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner in that kitchen, and I teared up. I've never had that experience, and I'm afraid my heart is going to get broken, that something's going to be drastically wrong with the house, or somebody else is going to swipe it out from under me, or this house isn't going to sell fast enough for me to get that house. So I'm praying really hard that this house sells quickly, but that we make the right move on the other house that I'm so in love with, and that I don't get my heart broken. I'm praying and praying and praying because it's hard. I hate house hunting. I hate the whole process of buying a house. It is so incredibly stressful. And you guys know I've had a really bad year. There has been thing after thing after thing that has happened this year. And so I'm already stressed out a lot. And all of this is like compounding, which is why I'm so grateful that I have a counselor to talk to. I'm so grateful for therapy. I cannot even describe to you how grateful I am for that. So that's what's going on currently. The realtor actually is coming by today. I'm recording this Saturday. She's coming by today to do a walkthrough and just give us tips for what to take out, what to do to spruce up the house before it gets listed in a couple of days. I'm super nervous about it. I know realistically it's hard to sell a house at this time of year. Houses sell better in the summer. I understand that. I also know that with the government shutdown, people aren't getting orders to move, and like there's a lot that goes into the government shutdown that might put a damper on how quickly this house sells. These are things I'm realistic about. I do know them. You don't have to remind me. I do know this. But in an ideal world, I would love to have an offer on this house within a month. I would really, really so much love that. I would love, we've been talking about Christmas, and everybody's asking, like, what do you want for Christmas? I want a new house for Christmas. I am the little girl on Miracle on 34th Street. I want a new house for Christmas. I don't have to be living in the new house by Christmas. I want someone to buy this house, and I want to have an offer on the next house and be moving towards, oh, the new year is going to be a new start in a new house, and everything is going to be fresh. And all I want for Christmas. And all I want. I don't want nothing else. I don't need anything else. So that's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm praying for. I don't have unrealistic expectations that any of that is going to come true, but I'm very hopeful that it's a possibility that it will come true. The house that I fell so in love with, our realtor told us that their realtor said that they really want an offer on that house by Thanksgiving because it's been up for a while. I don't know why it's been up for a while, except that I think they might have overpriced it in the beginning. But I'm praying really hard about that house, like really hard. And yeah, there's a lot going on this week. So I am pre-recording all of this week's videos. Some of them are already up as of Saturday. As of this video, this is the last video I have to record for this week. So I will have, by the end of today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's video all pre-recorded. Some of them are already uploaded onto the network, and some of them still need to be edited and uploaded. But I will not be around a lot this week. So I'm not going to be responding to a bunch of people in the comments. I don't have the time. And I pre-recorded because we're in the final push to get the house on the market, and I still have so much to move out of the house. My idea is to go bare bones. I want the house to be as empty as possible so that the potential buyers come in and see, I could do this with that house. I could do that with this house, instead of seeing my stuff. Because when we were looking at houses, we went to one house and it was cute. There was too much of them in the house and I couldn't see us in it. And it was a cute house, but it was them everywhere. And it was not my taste. And I wouldn't have done the things they did with their room. So I was having a hard time visualizing. So, and I'm like that. When I go into somebody else's house, I don't want to open the doors and the drawers and look inside, because like I don't know what I'm going to find. And I would feel weird if people did that at my house. But also I want them to come in and open the doors and the drawers and go, oh, this has good cabinet space. Or the kitchen is lacking in cabinet space, but I did build a whole extra pantry in there. Or, oh, like I want them to come in here and picture themselves in my house. Not, oh, this is someone else's house. I can't see myself in this space. So I would really love for a young family to come in here and start. I raised 4 kids in this house. I'm feeling very emotional about all of this. There's a lot of good memories in this house, but it's absolutely time to move on. And I would love for a young family to come in here and start fresh and, like, you know, run up and down the stairs, play in the backyard, and make some of the amazing memories my kids made. I would love that. So that's house update. Now I'm going to show you what I'm working on, and then we'll talk health update. There's not a lot to tell with health update. It's not a lot, but so in my Christmas bag is a non-Christmas item. I put my socks in here. Most of my project bags are in storage, and I found this one underneath a bookshelf when I moved it out because it is real empty in here. Like this was all bookshelves. It's real empty in here. And as a matter of fact, I might take one of those mannequins to storage because I want to make things less in here. And all of my scrap yarn's getting packed up and put in a box. So I showed you guys last Monday I made the sock pattern from Olga Poltava's sock pattern. This is the sock pattern for chubby feet. I also described in great detail last Monday the adjustments I made on this sock and what I would do in the future sock if I made this pattern again. And so I am following my own notes, and I have made progress on this sock. I've crocheted this far. There's a stitch marker here. This is the point I crocheted from here to here yesterday while the painters were painting our house. So that is about 2 1/4, 2.5 inches. Took me a couple hours. Excuse my husband's burping, that was disgusting. I heard him go in there and drink a Coke out of the 2-liter and then belch. What just fell? You heard something fall. I heard it fall. Sounded like a stitch marker, but my stitch marker's still on my sock. I hope it wasn't a piece to the Wooble things that I opened. I got Woobles all over my desk because I just recorded the Woobles videos that's upcoming this week. So this is the progress on my sock. It's just past, like if you imagine these are toes, okay? It measures to just, if this is your foot, these are toes. It comes to just about there. So just past the like padding of your feet on my foot. I haven't made a whole lot of progress, but that's what I made. It's in my little yarn condom that was given to me in Happy Mail many years ago now. That's the progress I made on the sock. And then I started a whole new project. So if you guys remember 2-3 weeks ago, I had a bunch of thrift haul videos. I went to Savers, I went to, I think, Goodwill, and I went to the retail. Stop scratching my door. You want it in here. You need to go lay down. I took the bags of yarn that were in the brown paper bags. So I think these were a mix of the yarns that I bought at all the thrift stores. And I'm doing alternate rows. I'm using the stitch pattern that is like this. This is based off the Luke's pattern, Luke's blanket, but also the Fun Shine bag, because I get a lot of questions about this thing on the back of my chair. It is basically a sack. It's like a slip cover. It's a block stitch. You can learn how to do this in the Luke's blanket tutorial here on the channel. But also I think this is the same pattern I used for the Fun Shine bag. So this is basically a bag, okay? This is the same stitch I'm using for the project I'm about to show you. See if I can figure out how to do that. Nope. That's just because that's prettier than the black. This looks different because this is 5 double crochet per block stitch. So it's 5 double crochet, chain 5, skip 5. This one is 3. So it's 3 double crochet, skip, chain 3, skip 3. And apparently I stopped mid-row, which I hate doing. I never do that. I'm going to finish off this row while we talk because I hate that. I don't know why I did that. I hate finishing mid-row. That means that someone called my attention to go somewhere else and I had to go do stuff, to be a mom or a wife or whatever, and I had to leave mid-row. I don't like, because this is attached. So I'm going to finish this row real quick. It shouldn't take more than a minute. So this is a block stitch or the stitch from the Luke blanket tutorial, and I think the Fun Shine bag also uses the same stitch. And sidebar. Little man. Okay, I'm going to say this about my son, okay? He's 11. He is a stinky teenage boy already. He stinks. He's got all the hormones happening. And I don't say that to criticize my son, but like, you know, when kids hit a certain age and puberty strikes, they start to smell. My son also is severe ADHD, and he is on the spectrum. So things that normal little kids don't have a problem doing, I have to fight him to do. His dad is currently trying to help him to wash his face, and he is protesting because he's breaking out really bad. Like, this is just a grease pit and pimples. And because when you have a child who has sensory issues, usually from neurodivergence or being on the spectrum, the sensory issues, unless you have sensory issues, you just don't understand what I'm about to say. Certain textures, feels, smells are overwhelming. I have sensory issues. I have, mostly it's my sense of feel, but also I am very sensitive with smells. And it's because I am neurodivergent. I have ADHD just like my son does. And
when you're done, you want to go to the restore? The
yes.
chair and the little table?
Yes.
So as soon as you're done, Juju doesn't have to leave here till 12:30, so we got a couple hours. You might be able to go with us.
What time is it?
10:20.
Oh God, I've done a lot this morning. So have you.
Huh?
We've done a lot this morning.
I know.
All right. I'm recording Monday Makes video.
What?
I'm recording a Monday Makes video. Tell them to turn the TV down. It's loud. I know you guys can hear that. They're playing video games. So anyway, like I was saying, we're trying to teach proper hygiene to a stinky 11-year-old. And it's proving difficult because he demanded a specific toothbrush, which I hate the type of toothbrush he picked out. Demanded he get this very specific supersonic toothbrush. I cannot stand the way it feels on my teeth. I tried it. So now he's got a $30 toothbrush that he won't use because it feels like it's vibrating your brain off of your, like, it's so, I don't know, I hate it. It feels like electricity is going into my face. So now he needs a softer, gentler toothbrush, but he wanted a supersonic one because his cousin had it and because his sister has one. Like his dad, actually no, Juju has a toothbrush like mine. My niece, Hermione, has a supersonic toothbrush. She also is on the spectrum. She has other weird sensory things where she likes having her teeth electrocuted. And she likes really rough washcloths to scrub her face with. She peels the skin off. I kid you not. Like, the rougher the washcloth I can make for her, the happier she is. She likes the fingery feels on it. Child's wild. It is so strange trying to figure out what everybody is has aversions to. So we bought him some Stridex pads because what I used as a teenager was good old-fashioned rubbing alcohol because my face was greasy. And we tried that with him and he freaks out because he thinks he's dying because the smell is bothering him and he doesn't like to hold his breath for even a second. So he fights us on that. But it works really well. But he's like, no. So we bought Stridex pads because they're not as strong smelling. And that's what you heard yelling a minute ago when I had to pause the camera because he was fighting his dad. Yelling, not fighting. He was fighting his dad on it. He didn't want to do his face. Like, it is so fun to be a special needs mom. It really is. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. I love my kids, but there are some fights that I'm just like, I don't want to have this fight anymore with you. But also, like, hygiene is important. Like, you stink. So, all right, I finished the row. So see how it's the same block stitch happening? This smells a little dusty. I am alternating homespun style yarn, the boucle style yarn, any fat, fluffy, textured yarn. And I'm also, so it's 2 rows of fat, fluffy, is what I'm calling it, and 2 rows of 2 basic 4-weight acrylics held together. And this is my rag rug that I am making. I love rag rugs. I love rag rugs more than I love an all one color rug. Why? I have dogs and children, and I absolutely would rather have this because stains could fall on this and you're not necessarily going to see them, or like dog hair will be on it or whatever. And because this is so wild and colorful, you're not going to see whatever is on this rug. Now if I had like an all cream colored rug, you're going to see dirt and grime because the dogs bring in clay on their paws because we have clay dirt. Or if I get a darker colored rug, you're going to see specifically this dog's hair because Oreo sheds like a mofo. She is a Dalmatian Pointer mix. She's a mutt. She sheds like there's no tomorrow. All year round, she just sheds and sheds and sheds. And them little white hairs. So even though she's Dalmatian, the only black she has on her fur is her eye and her ear. And she has a couple of freckles, and her nose is black. All of her dots are on her skin. So she has Dalmatian flesh. She looks like she has vitiligo. She's got like brown or black and white spots. She's beautiful, but that white fur gets everywhere. Bentley also has a lot of white fur, and his white fur sheds, but his brown fur does not. He's also a mutt. It's just weird. But the white hair is everywhere in my house. The brown dogs don't shed. So rag rugs it is. Now also, I ordered a rug for little man's bedroom. It's a gamer rug. And it came with, what did I do with them? Must not have brought them in. It came with strips that you put on the bottom of your rugs to make them non-slip. And so I stole them because I put his rug on carpet. So I don't care if his rug slide, it's not gonna slide on carpet. And I took the strips from it. I'm gonna put them on this rug. So this is it has non-slip strips on it. But I started this, I think Tuesday, and this is the progress I've made until today, which is Saturday in my world. And I really, really love the way it's working out. I'm gonna make it maybe 10 more rows. So like I said, every time you see a color, I do 2 rows. So every color is 2 rows. And this is 2 pinks held together, and this is an acrylic held together with a thin boucle. And then this is 2 acrylics held together. This is just 1 strand of the red boucle, I think homespun yarn. And then we have green and blue held together. And then I held Fun Fur, the boa yarn that I showed you guys when I made these videos, together with an acrylic to make this row. So the blanket goes smooth yarn, bumpy yarn, 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 and on and on and on. So 2 rows of 2 smooths held together, and then 2 rows of what I consider to be bumpy. And that is the colors that we have worked in so far. And I'm making every row. I don't want a row to repeat, except for the red I repeated. So maybe we'll just go back this way, and I don't know. Because I only have so many bumpy yarns, right? So what I'm doing is I'm randomly picking, and it's almost done. It's almost done. This will probably be done by next Monday Makes video. And the edges are really wonky because there's a difference in thickness from yarn to yarn. Some of the boucles are much thicker than the other ones. And while I'm using the same hook, it causes the edges to wave a little bit, which you can kind of see. And it's not that I've missed stitches. It's that some of the yarns is thicker than the other ones. And once it's on the floor, I don't think you're going to notice that it does that. And I really don't care because it's a rug. So I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm not putting a border on this. I'm just going to go. So you want to know how to make this particular stitch pattern, go to the Luke's blanket. Luke blanket. Luke's, not Lucas, Luke's. Lukes. because that's the blanket I made for my son, was this pattern. That is what I have worked on this week. I'm working on a rag rug and I'm working on socks. And as soon as those two projects are done, I'm going to start on Woobles next week. Speaking of next week, well, this week coming up for you guys, there's going to be 3 days of Woobles because I unboxed the advent calendar this week. I also unboxed, I ordered 2 other curated kits that are Christmas themed for the Woobles Advent. I added to the Woobles Advent. I do talk about that in the videos, but just to give you a heads up, the Woobles Advent calendar does not have a Santa in it, and it only has a pink elf, and I wanted a green elf. Excuse me. So I ordered a Santa and some other characters, and then I found Christmas Woobles at Walmart, so I bought an extra one of those. And then I also bought, coming up, I bought on the 13th, I'm unboxing the new Grinch Woobles. I do not work with Woobles. I've never communicated with Woobles directly. They may know who I am because when I did the first couple of reviews on the Woobles, I was really hard on the price, and I still don't like the price. I'm never going to like the price of the Woobles. Do I pay it? Yes, because I justify it that I'm making money back by making videos on it, because I do make the money back. So it's kind of a trade-off a little bit. But for the average person, I think the Woobles are overpriced. And I believe in the very beginning, I got a couple of people from the Woobles Corporation actually commenting, trying to explain and trying to like discredit what I was saying about the price. So I think they may know who I am, but that's a big maybe. I don't know. I don't care if they know who I am. I'm not showing you guys Woobles to promote the company. I'm not saying go spend this money. I am doing this for Jen. I'm doing it for content on the channel, and I'm doing it so that I have small projects to make through the next couple of months while my life is absolutely insane doing things. And so that is why we're going to have a week of Woobles this week, and we're going to have Woobles all the way through till Christmas, because I'm going to be making the Christmassy Woobles for the next 2 months at least, because I want to do the Christmas Advent calendar. And like I said, I bought extra things to go on the calendar, and I'm probably going to even create some like I did with the Halloween calendar. We're going to round out this week with Five Below purchase. I bought some Christmas some Christmas amigurumi kits from Five Below. That will be coming up Friday this week. So lots and lots of content. Like I said, I've already recorded every single video that you're going to see in the next 5 days. They're all up. I have one more video to record today that will have been aired probably yesterday, I'm hoping. If not, it'll be next Saturday. And I'm just waiting on the yarn to be delivered on that. Life is really, really lifing right now. It's busy and there's so much going on. And I just ask that you guys give me patience and grace if I can't answer questions or comment back, because I am so busy from the time I wake up in the morning till the time I go to bed at night. And I'm sleeping so hard at night because we're just doing so much. And like you may have heard, Mr. Cinnamon, we're going to go out and we're going to go. I'm trying to stage the house a little bit too, so that like I want to put my little touches on it. Pen. Daddy's got it.
Actually, you know what? Never mind.
Okay. Now, health update. There's not a lot going on in regards to my health. I am shocked how much stamina and energy I've had over the past couple weeks. I think it's just because the motivation is insane to get everything done to get this house sold. The motivation is insane. And for me to move on to the next chapter of my life. Like, I'm so incredibly motivated. This morning, however, I woke up and I feel like my back is about to go out, and it's actually causing pains in my leg, which means that my sciatic nerve is being pinched. Which there may be a chiropractor visit in my very near future to get everything reset. Other than that, I've been doing really fantastic with my back. I've been really careful. It's just this morning I was like, yep, I don't know if I slept wrong or I stayed in one position too long because I knocked out and I didn't move, and I rotate a lot when I'm sleeping. Or if it's just my body is like, you're doing too much, sit down. I think that probably is the most reasonable thing, is I'm doing too much, sit down. So my back is hurting really bad this morning. I took 4 Motrin for breakfast and I'm hurting right now. Like, I'm hurting. But I don't take anything more than just over-the-counter stuff. So we're just going to muscle through, maybe take a hot bath later, and then try to get into the chiropractor at some point. Aside from that, I lost 2 more pounds since the last time I gave you an update. That means I have in total lost 63 pounds. I don't say this because I know as a fat girl, because I'm still a fat girl, I'm always going to be a fat girl. I know when other people talk about weight loss, it makes me feel bad about myself. And I have unsubscribed from people because I felt so bad about myself that I'm like, I don't want to listen to them brag that they're losing weight. I've judged other people. I have. I don't want anyone to hear my story and feel that way. I don't want you to feel bad about yourself. And I say this with all the love in my heart. You are beautiful just the way you are. I am not losing weight for vanity purposes. I am losing weight because my diabetes got out of control. And because I was on 3 different medications for my blood pressure, and I was on a heart medication. I was watching my body die. And I was in pain all the time, and I was sick all the time, and I just didn't want that for myself anymore. So I'm losing weight because I want to feel better. So when I say I lost 63 pounds, it did not come easy. And I always get the question, how are you doing it? I'm on a shot for my diabetes that helps me to control my appetite. And I'm not eating carbohydrates. It's meat, and I'm eating proteins, and I'm eating fiber. That's how I'm doing it. And I try to move my body as much as I can. I don't do formal exercises even. That's how I'm doing it. I'm not recommending that to anyone else. I'm not suggesting that you need, that you should, or that this is how it'll work. I don't have that knowledge. I'm just telling you from my perspective, I've lost 63 pounds. And I feel better. And my diabetes is under control, and I am off of all of those medications. I am off of all of my medications, including my heart medication. And I've been on that since I was 25. And no, 22. 22. I've been on my heart medication since I was 22. And I'm off all of them. The only thing I take is antacid stomach pill at night and an allergy medication because my allergies are raging constantly all year round. And my shot once a week. And I was on so many pills. So to me, that is a huge deal. And my battery is telling me to shut up. So I'm going to be quiet. I hope you have a fantastic start to your week. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.